Hi, everybody. This is Rick Bailey, president at Southern Oregon University. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to our latest video update for our university and our community. Let's start off with some great news. A lot of you have probably heard that we now have a contract in place with our faculty union. I don't want to spend a lot of time in the video really deconstructing the process, other than to say, on behalf of all of us at the university, our students, our administration, our staff, our donors, everybody, that we are incredibly grateful for everything you do as our faculty. We respect you, we adore you, and we're incredibly grateful for your service to our students and our university, and we're excited about where we go from here together. Next, let's talk about sexual assault awareness and prevention. As a lot of you know, April is Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. And so really throughout the month and really throughout the year, we need to take the time to be intentional about creating an environment where victims of sexual assault can get the support that they need and that we hold perpetrators responsible for their actions. There's kind of an irony to this work, in the sense that oftentimes when organizations do that work, the number of reported cases actually increases. Now, to the untrained eye, that may seem like, oh, wow, the problem is getting far worse at that institution, when in reality, because we've created an environment where victims can get the support they need, the number of reported cases actually goes up. It doesn't necessarily mean the problem's getting worse. It actually means that now we are uncovering the problem for what it is. And then we can do the important work of taking that number down on the other side. So ultimately, it's a bell curve. But on the other end of that bell curve, the number of reported cases goes down and the number of actual cases goes down. And that's what we're trying to do. But again, this is not just the responsibility of one or two people on the campus. It's not just Angela and her team who are responsible for this. All of us have to play a role in creating the environment that all of our students, faculty, and staff deserve. So please take the time to go to our website, sou.edu, and type in sexual assault prevention in the search engine. That will take you to the Equity Grievance homepage, where you can get more information about resources that are available to you, and just as important, where you can learn about how you can be a part of this solution. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. That's how seriously we have to take this. So thank you in advance for your consideration and your participation. Next, let's talk about student connectivity. I've had the great pleasure over the last few months of really getting involved and witnessing some amazing things that our students do. I've seen students compete on the athletic fields. I've seen students perform for community. I've seen student clubs. I've seen student government. There are so many different activities here at SOU for students. And really, that's one of the beauties of this institution. I'm not a mathematician, so I have to be careful with this next statement. But I think that it's likely that if you used a variable and you looked at the participation that a student had as part of their educational journey, and you compared that to the likelihood of students being retained and graduating, I bet there's a very, very strong correlation. Now, what does that mean? That means my challenge to all of you for our students is to be connected. I bet no matter what it is that you're interested in, likely there are other students at this university who share those same interests. And there may even be groups or clubs that celebrate that interest. So find a way to be connected. Now, don't take the pendulum the other way. You still have to study and do all those other things. So there's a limit to it, but I do want you to be involved. Also, students, I'm asking you, help us be part of this solution. If you know that there are students out there who don't really have that kind of support network, then reach out and invite them into your circle. The more we do that, the better our students are going to take care of each other, and the better all of us now get to the graduation stage. That's a nice segue into the final topic, and that is unity. We have some big challenges ahead for SOU. And by the way, every college or university in the country is sharing that. But what my message is today is that all of us have to be a part of the solution. Actually, if you think about everything that I've mentioned in this video, unity is that one theme, right? We all have to be a part of this solution together. Let me give you an example. One of the things that all colleges and universities worry about is enrollment. right? We think about recruitment, we think about student success. It's that journey to get to the graduation stage. There are a couple of people at this institution who have the word recruiter in their job title. And so when we think about enrollment and challenges, what I don't want us to do is say, well, that's their job. That's their job to do that. That's not the case. All of us have to be a part of that. By the way, students, I'm looking at you too. A lot of our students are here at SOU because some other student told them about this place, right? So my ask is be that person for someone else, especially if it's someone who doesn't know if college is for them. Because we have to share that message that SOU is inclusive and ready to welcome anyone as long as they have those two things, as long as they have an educational goal and as long as they're willing to work for it. If those two things are a yes, then we need to welcome them into this group. And then for faculty and staff, we have to be a part of it too. Let's transition to student success, very similar, right? When we think about our main mission to help students get to the graduation stage, that's not just the role of the faculty, and that's not just the role of student services. All of us have to be involved in that work. When we all together are part of solutions, then we can move mountains. There's no question about that. And the challenges that we used to think were insurmountable are no longer insurmountable. Unity is the key for us moving forward. And I'm confident that we can get there together. Okay, that's it from the beautiful Rogue Valley. On behalf of all of us at Southern Oregon University, our students, our faculty, our staff, our board of trustees, our foundation, our donors, alumni, business and government leaders, and community partners, we say thank you for everything you do for our students. Thank you for everything you do for our university and community. Have a great rest of your week, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.